Wednesday marks the big release of Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, and I guess everybody wants to party, and you came up with some recipes. What was your inspiration?
Well, the books, of course, not just the movies, but the books. If you're familiar with the books, you are familiar with all the foods they eat, because they eat a lot of stuff, and pretty much any traditional British food, we'll cover it. But this, I've gotten specific. The butterbeer, which is so often enjoyed in the common room or in Hogsmeade. Also treacle tart, and then I know this was not featured in any of the books, but the name of it just killed me. I had to do it. So we're going to have Voldetorte. It's a chocolate tort, and it's really quite good.
Now, tell a little bit first about that butterbeer. How do you make that?
Well, I searched online for some different options for butterbeer because, I mean, obviously it's not something that you're gonna find at the grocery store. This is a combination of butter and brown sugar, cream soda, and actually Werther's Original candies, and a little bit of cream. And the cream soda adds the fizz and it adds the flavor. You're going to melt down everything together and then add the rest, use like half of the cream soda and then add the rest at the end to try to keep some of the fizz. And it's sweet. You can serve it warm or cold, and it's something different.
It sounds very sweet.
Yes, it does.
Tell me, the Voldetorte.
Yes. Yeah, this is your basic chocolate tort. I mean, it uses a very small amount of flour, similar to a flourless chocolate cake. You're going to use the yolks and the sugar, cream those together, and you're going to beat the egg whites separately. You're going to melt the chocolate and the butter together, and then combine, as I explained. When you are adding in the egg whites, once you've beaten those separately, don't overbeat. It's very important not to overbeat your egg whites. When you add them in sections. I suggest in thirds. The first time you can just stir it in, and that lightens the batter a little bit because it's very rich, it's very heavy. Then you're going to add the next third, fold it in carefully. You want to keep the lightness that you've gotten from beating the egg whites because that's going to add to the cake. Otherwise, you're just going to have a little brick. And then the final one, just make sure you're folding it carefully in with a rubber spatula, and yeah, bake it. I have the instructions in there, but it's going to be very very dense and moist and delicious.
What about the treacle tart?
Now, this is something different. I wasn't familiar with it. I mean, I've heard of it before, and then, of course, they mention it in Harry Potter. Treacle it's a byproduct of sugar refining, and you can get it in either dark or light. Dark treacle is going to be more like molasses, whereas light treacle is also called golden syrup. And it's kind of like corn syrup, only it's rich and toasty. So you're going to get that where you're not going to get that in just like light corn syrup. You can do either an entire tart shell, or you can do individual ones, however you'd like. You can save some of the pie scraps and do designs on the top, just like you would like a pie, or lightning bolts for Harry, however you'd like to do it. When you bake it, this filling is going to set, and it's going to be very chewy. So make sure you brush your teeth after eating it. Any
last minute tips for Harry Potter?
Enjoy it, man. Enjoy it, absolutely. I mean, you can get online and find a lot of different sources for this kind of thing. You can go to MuggleNet or theleakycauldron.com. They even have a potterparties.com. Lots of different ideas. Read the books. If you haven't read them, read them. Don't just see the movies. Go.